Hello everybody. I am standing in front of a church in St. Francis, Kansas. And the reason I'm making this little video is because on May 28th, 1966, I was in this church. My mom had brought me here and I heard a man speak, and it was just so amazing. He had been in the Bataan Death March in World War II. And I was a 10-year-old kid. I grew up, didn't have a dad. And so the people I looked up to were people that were either in the wars or professional football players. And so that night, a man spoke, and he, like I said, had been in World War II, survived the Bataan Death March, had amazing stories. My mom had told him the night before that she was concerned that I had not yet said a prayer of giving my life to Jesus. And she was concerned about that. And he said, well, I'll talk to Mark tomorrow night. I still remember going to school as a kid the next day, and I kept hearing a voice, don't go to church, don't go to church. It was something like in my head. And I know now that had to be the evil one, Satan, or one of his minions, one of his demons. But I did go that night. And afterwards, this wonderful man, Jesse Miller, he sat down with me. He simply just opened his Bible to me in this church, and he read John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, should not go to hell, but have eternal life. And I remember when he read that to me, it was like, I was so amazed at how immediately as a 10-year-old boy, I understood about 5 things just like that. I understood that God was holy, but that I was a sinner. I understood that he could not allow sin in heaven, so my sins needed to be somehow forgiven. I understood that he sent Jesus to die in my place, and I understood that if I put my faith in Jesus, I'd go to heaven. And so that night, I prayed a prayer with Jesse Miller, and I remember crying, and I just remember something on the inside was like different. From that day forward, I was different. Jesus calls that being born again. I pray that you will put your faith in Jesus, that you will be born again. God bless you.